Welcome back to CryptosRus. I am George. We're all George. So, people are even asking Trump if he thinks that recession is going to come from his tariffs. And you know what? Trump, of course, downplays it. He believes that, this is just the beginning with tariffs. Even though we have our tariffs now with Mexico and Canada and China, but there will be more. There's reciprocal tariffs that will go into place April 2nd. So there will be more tariffs. And according to him, you know what? We just need more time. Okay. So to quote him, the tariffs will go up as time goes by, and then they may go up, I don't know if it's predictability. So right now, it's basically like, well, let's see what happens. That's how I'm taking it. And when asked about recession, he's like, I hate to predict things like that. There's a period of transition because what we're doing is very big. We're bringing wealth back to America. That's a big thing. It takes a little time. So basically, again, it's going to take time, and he's not ruling out recession. He didn't say for sure, no, we're not going to recession. None of what I'm going to do is go put us in recession or something like along the lines of, I'm going to make sure we don't go in recession. He's just saying that, hey, there's a lot of changes. It's going to take time, right? And that's why there's disruption. Now, here's the interesting thing. I saw this, and this may be Trump's master plan, or the plan that he can't really share publicly, but this is actually the plan on why he's implementing all these tariffs, why he's trying to scare Wall Street, and why everything is being sold off right now as risk on assets. This is posted by Ash Crypto. I don't know where he got it from, but look at this. 7 trillion debt will be due within the next 6 months. Okay, this is probably bond payments. 7 trillion, that's a whole lot. Remember, how does the U.S. attain its money? By borrowing. And how do we borrow? By issuing debt. Okay, issuing bonds. And we have to pay back those bonds. We pay interest, and we have to pay back the bonds when they're due. Right? Normally, we pay them back by issuing more bonds, by borrowing more money to pay back the people we owe. So 7 trillion is due in the next 6 months. Do we have 7 trillion additional money laying around? No. So the theory is that Trump wants interest rates to come down, because if interest rates are still high, well, then there's no way that us refinancing, basically issuing more bonds to pay back what's owed, is going to be good, because it's going to end up costing us even more if the interest rates are high. So according to this, basically, Trump wants the stock market to crash. Okay, if the stock market crashes, then basically rates will come down, and it makes it easier for us to refinance, which basically allows us to issue more bonds and promise a lower interest, and it'll work out better for this 7 trillion worth of debt, right? That's the working theory. Now, that, of course, that's really risky. Very, very, very risky if that's truly the plan. I have my doubts if this is really the plan, but who knows? Okay? Because right now, like I've been telling you guys, we're in this weird situation where we want rates to come down. But because of inflation, because of tariffs and uncertainty about the tariffs, Powell does not want to cut rates at all. But this is one way, I guess, to force his hand. If the stock market crashes and economy numbers are still really, really bad, then maybe he's forced his hand to cut rates despite inflation being high. Is that the master plan? I don't know. I really don't know. It's kind of scary to think about. But, in the meantime, with all the worries and all the uncertainty, everything is not looking so good. Even, Trump-backed World Liberty Financial, their portfolio is down quite a lot $110 million, and ETH makes up 65% of losses. People are, getting on, people were picking on Sol, which has taken a big dip, but ETH also has taken a big dip, but it's not just those two. Alts in general have taken huge, huge dips. And last night, I was looking at some meme coins, the major meme coins, okay, like Bonk and Pepe and Mog and Brett. If you look at them, they have gone back to like early 2024 levels. It's quite amazing how far things have come down. Yes, the big caps have held better, and Bitcoin, of course, is holding the best, but everything else has been bleeding out absolutely. And this is due to Wall Street, right? It's not even due to retail investors. Wall Street, just look at it. The outflows continues. They are not stopping. Even on Friday, 410 million. Just nonstop, one after another, after another, after another. There are just so many fearful people right now. That's the bottom line. However, is all lost? Is the bull market over? That's the question many of you guys are wondering. Or if you're already thinking that the bull market is over, there's nothing good out there. Well, that's just not true. There are many, many good things out there. Okay. Last week, even though we had some disappointing press conferences and releases, you know what? This was positive. Banks are now able to offer custody services and stablecoin services, even without prior approval. So the landscape for crypto is still changing. Despite the price action being so bad right now, there's an opportunity there because, as you can see, again, landscape in the US is changing. Coinbase is hiring more now in response to the changing landscape. Of course, the summit, Brian Armstrong was there and many other exchange leadership were there. You have other countries like Japan that's looking to cut crypto taxes and allow ETFs. You got Europeans, banks, financial institutions still getting involved. BBVA now can offer Bitcoin trading and custody services. So again, you got a lot of great things happening around the world. El Salvador, even though they were told by the IMF, stop buying Bitcoin, they're still buying more Bitcoin. And Michael Saylor is not going to stop. Michael Saylor, despite, he's gone through some bad times. Okay, even when Bitcoin fell down to 4,000, to 10,000, to 15,000, he withstood it all. And he plans on offering more stock to raise money to buy more Bitcoin. Hopefully that strategy continues to work as long as MicroStrategy stock does not continue to plummet and then investors lose, confidence. But he plans on going more and more and more. Bottom line is this. Those of us that understand know that Bitcoin is scarce. It's created to go against all the shenanigans that we're seeing. It's for the people, by the people. Even though a large amount is being held by the new institutions and whales and even governments, ultimately, the people that started this revolution, the people that truly understand, will continue to lead the way.